Yo, what up, dog? Got without burning up. Welcome to find the birthday stream. That birthday. All right. So, yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I had some things going on, some very important things that I can talk about. Like, very important. Hopefully, I have some on the panel tonight. Link up in the chat here. Here we go. I like to thank Alan Pearson for donating today. Also like to thank my friend Keisha side uh, making donations. Um, and I got some stuff half not a fly. Um, hopefully I have. Oh shit, got the next. Got the next.
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, I almost like lost my lunch, dinner, and everything. Yeah, I really can't hear you too well, but yeah, that was that was pretty gross. Yeah, are you using your phone to do this? Because I can barely hear you.
That's my kid. Goddamn, that's my kid. Yeah, that's, I, oh,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I can almost barely hear anything.
oh, so,
Yo, can you hear me, man? Yeah, this is just kind of weird. Plus I got work tomorrow, man. I'm like I just wanted to see what was up, but yeah, this isn't really working out. All right, well I'll catch you next time. Kind of when like try and figure out what's going on, and maybe I won't be like feeling nauseous. I don't know. I don't know. I still feel pretty icky. I'll catch you next time, man.
put on my phone.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. All right. Great, so, anyway, I ain't bringing up. Get my cash out. I can still be here. In a box. biggest beer. I was finishing my first birthday beer, right? I only had one. I'm on number two, right? So I was setting up a special guest I'm gonna have on. Um, and I was texting her, and I thought it was a church that was going on, and I'm like, well, damn, this church is saying some Hebrew Israelite shit, and I'm like, well, goddamn, I'm like, look at this goddamn church is stealing the Hebrew Israelite shit. Something tells me to look up the street, and sure enough, I fucking see signs. I'm like, what the fuck, right? Now I hurry up and down the rest of my beer and stuff, right? I hit the corner, I hit the block, right? You know what I mean? Killah B do what y'all expecting me to do, right? Act fool, right? So I was blasting them niggas on the corner and shit. Everybody was like, yo, niggas, like, calm the fuck down, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Some of them know, like, I've told, like, you know what I'm saying, my little background and stuff. Some of the niggas don't know and shit. Just saw me acting wild, crazy, right? So I was wilding out on the niggas. I spit on their signs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, Killah B keep that shit funky, like 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean it, right? But like some good things. I tell y'all what's going on and stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you some good things. Fun, right? Um, yeah. So that happened. On my birthday, right? I ain't had that goddamn great of a birthday. So, but I thank for the donations that y'all got today. If y'all want to donate, y'all can hit my cash app, $ cultbuster. Um, and I'll put your name on the bottom of the damn screen there. You know what I'm saying? For every live stream that I do. I want to talk about that tonight. I want to talk about a new guest that I'm gonna have on. Um, hopefully, I can have her on here frequently. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of information and good stuff that she could share, right? Um, I'm going to talk about, you know what I mean, what's going on this whole so-called against pedo con pedo supporters and pedophile fucking shit. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. You know what I mean? Anybody want to join me? The links up in the chat and stuff, right? So yeah, so there I wowed out on GOCC. The GOCC camp was in the building today. They was in the building, right? They bust out right after a thunderstorm and stuff, and I started hearing it. And I'm like, yo, I thought it was a church. You know, sometimes the churches out here they open their doors so the people can hear it outside and stuff, right? And that's what I thought it was until I looked out down the street and I see the goddamn signs. I'm like, well, hell no. Not on my motherfucking church. Hell to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, right? So I went out there and stuff, right? Um, they were doing the Hebrew Israelite thing, you know, control the conversation. They would not deal with me, right? They dealt with me until I told them this my history, right? Like, you know what I mean? Yo, I've been in this shit longer than all you niggas. Like, so they immediately backed off. Like, you know, I was a little too excited. I shouldn't have came through so aggressive. You know, I'm excited. Uh, that was my bad on my part, right? I could have got a little farther, right? Um, and surprised them a little bit. But once they know, you know what I mean, you're not getting no shine. They're gonna totally ignore your ass. They're gonna ignore your ass like you're not even there. But if somebody else come up there not knowing, they would speak to them, right? So they decided to drown me out with the fucking speaker. You know, you can't talk over a fucking speaker. You sound like a fucking idiot, right? You're trying to tell me Christ is black and use that bullshit ass Revelation scripture shit to describe him, right? I'm like, y'all niggas got less than third grade reading comprehension. I'm like, well, goddamn, nigga, right? So, they went on and on and on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I let the whole block, like, this is a block where, like, everybody be at. Like, this whole neighborhood, like, this is the hangout. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas is out there and shit. Everybody out there, right? So like, I let niggas know what the fuck this shit is. Like, don't fuck with it. And they saw me, like they know me, and they're like, some of them like know my like history and stuff, and a lot of them don't. So they just like they saw another side of me that was like pretty wild and shit, right? Um, had other things to take care of and stuff. I left, you know, you can't yell over a fucking stupid. So, um, I let people know and stuff. Some people that was asking me like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, why are you wilding out these niggas and shit?" Some niggas try to like get me going by saying, "Yo, they say some real shit." Like, no say, why don't you say your shit like tomorrow and shit, like, right? You know, they you know, niggas is high drunk and shit, doing anything, right? But I held everything down. And you can see in their faces, like, well, goddamn, like, this nigga, like, was on some shit. Like, we be on our shit, but this nigga was on some other shit. Like, right? So, um, I went and took care of some stuff and whatnot. I came back, they were still out there. It started raining. They shut the speakers off and all that stuff. I said, now y'all want to deal with me, right? So it was a little combative and stuff. It was the normal Hebrew Israelite shuffle shit. It was the normal thing that you would see, like anybody would see that, like right. But I can see in the eyes of some of the people, like this dude knows some shit that we don't. This dude might understand some shit that we haven't quite grasped yet, right? But you know, sometimes when it's a collective together, you know, they gotta show for each person and stuff, right? So afterwards, we had a civil conversation and stuff. You know, they still try the leader himself, the leader um of that camp or whatever. You know, he had to take control of things and make sure things didn't get too far, right? They spit the normal whatever Hebrews are like rhetoric bullshit, right? All the shit I've heard before. I'm like, yo, niggas, like I know who made that shit up, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? And you know, they said you should be teaching us. I'll say, do you really want me to? I will, right? Um, There, GOCC. If I didn't mention it before, it was GOCC. Very shocked. I have a good friend that little brother really follows the GOCC. I don't think he's a member of the organization, but you know he's like a follower of the teachings. Like, right. I forgot to mention it, but there was a white dude with them too. White kid. Found out his name's Ryan and stuff. Dreadlocks and stuff. Right? And he seemed like a cool dude. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bruh. Before I got to talk to him, I'm like, bruh, go live your life. This is a cult. Like, these people will fuck you up, fuck your whole shit up, right? There was another guy and stuff, you know, he kind of listened like to some of the shit I was saying, but you know, he gotta hold it down. He gotta hold it down for the team. You know what I'm saying? These are the sign holders. The sign holders. Y'all know my past videos with the thank you, Andrea Burnett. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. AZ Music, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I talked to these dudes afterwards and stuff. Um I was supposed to get the leader's number and stuff. That didn't really happen. It was like literally pouring rain, and you could tell that how serious those brothers was and how serious I was. And if it was vice versa, or just me with them, it would be that serious too. And I would be out there in the rain, drenched, soaking wet, talking like it ain't raining. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I dealt with these brothers. I told them my background just a little bit and kind of how this shit works. And you know, um, so you know they don't want to grasp it. You know what I mean? Their mind took it in, but their actions didn't show it, for lack of a better way to put that. But at the end, I did get the white kid um, information. I asked him, I was like, "Yo, you skate?" Because I saw his shoes. Like,
back in the day, back in the 80s, we could just look at a nigga's shoes and know that they skate or BMX or whatever. That's the type of stuff that those guys don't know. Right away. Like now, you see somebody with Vans, anybody be wearing Vans and shit like that. That don't really mean shit. But he had like kind of like a skate shoe that like the public or mainstream, don't really know about this stuff. So I'm like, oh shit, you skate? And I told him like he looked familiar. He looked really familiar. There was another brother that had a really familiar face and stuff. When I asked him did he skate, he said, "Oh, you trying to get off the subject?" That's the last thing I was trying to do is get off the subject. Like the conversation was basically over. Like, you know what I'm saying? The conversation was basically over and stuff. You trying to say, "Oh, you trying to get off the subject?" That he finally played the aggressive role, right? The whole time he was just looking at me. When I'm telling him, I'm talking to him face to face. He holding signs. Niggas that hold signs can't say nothing to the public. It's only to do with the fucking microphone to speak, right? They job is to hold the fucking signs, right? The flunky roll and shit, right? Until they get their rank up and shit, so they can keep. They're not allowed to say shit because they might fuck something up, or they're not allowed to say anything because they're new and they can get influence to make their way up out of that group, right? So that's one way that they hold that down where people don't. Um, those guys don't. And I know they don't speak, but I was speaking to them, right? They kept pointing at the teacher like they're supposed to. This shit been going on for years, bro. Like I already know what y'all doing. I already know everything that y'all doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole way you holding the shit down. Like when I move close, they kind of move together and shit like that. But they let me spit on the signs though. That like, you know what I'm saying? They let me spit on the signs and shit. And them niggas like, damn shit, we ain't had a wild nigga like this before. But right, I was wrong for that shit. I should have did that shit. But like, man, the niggas had to know like where the fuck I'm at, right? So, um, they at the end, yeah, the white guy with the dress. I'm like, yo, I know you from somewhere, nigga. Like, you look very familiar, and probably from skating at some of the places, or like, I'm saying I've worked at, or used to frequent and stuff, right? Um, and after I said that, he tried to like, oh, you trying to say? I'm like, no, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just asked you, bro, because you got skate shoes on, like only skaters and wear those skate shoes. It's not like Vans or anything like that. That's a skate shoe. So like he kind of like, yeah, let me get your information and shit. I gave him my information and so I'm like, yo, we stick together regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless. Like skating motherfuckers and shit is cool no matter what. Cause none of this shit mattered. Like when we chilling, skating and shit, none of that shit mattered. Like none of this shit mattered. Like, right? So yeah, I told him like, yo, nigga, like I'm a like double OG this Israelite shit, but I'm like a quadruple OG in the skateboarding shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I work with all the major companies, all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like my shit. So, we exchange numbers and stuff. Like, he seemed like down to earth. Like, you know what I mean? But he in a cult, but you know what I mean? I was too. I know what it's like and shit. But um maybe maybe I could get him on here and speak. And I wouldn't like try to corner him, railroad him. Like you don't know how niggas is and shit. Like I wouldn't do that. But I would be civil, have a civil conversation, right? Getting cornered and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't do it on purpose, but like I like to feel the dude out and get him to understand more than me yelling and spit at the sign. But they might get the Killer B Chitlin circuit. They might get one episode. They might be the first contestant of the Killer B Chitlin circuit. That should be pretty deep. I know you guys probably could enjoy that. Um, I put it out there to a lot of these people that want to go at these Hebrew Israelites. I put that idea out there. Ain't nobody bit it yet. And shit, but, that's something that should be done. Um, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that, especially today. It was hot as fuck. Like it was super hot today. right? Super hot. The rain still hot in the most. Um, so that what happened today. That's why I was late. I was supposed to go on 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I was talking to these brothers and shit. I didn't get their names and stuff, but the white kid that's down with the GOCC. Yeah. I got his name and stuff. Shout out to him for being civil with me, right? And the other brothers, they were civil with me. They were civil with me, right? But they wasn't letting me get in their ass when they had that microphone in his hand. You know what I mean? He wasn't gonna let me do that shit. Right? But it was the typical conversation, like how it went. It's the same conversation that I've had with other Hebrew Israelites. Like if I could get them, like push them aside and stuff to talk and shit like that. Even some of my friends or people that I know that are still in there, it's kind of like that same kind of thing. The Shaka and the old thing, the flying monkey, be Bennett and stuff. That issue is like kind of weird. It's very weird, and it's exposing itself, like right, drastically, and in a way that I didn't expect. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow. Are they like really? And I get it. V Bennett does a lot of work for him, right? Does some work for him. You know what I mean? The niggas get money together and shit like that. I get it. Right? But I'm looking at the shit that's like, yo, if you're gonna do some shit, keep that shit 100, nigga. Keep that shit. I don't play for the losing team. I don't play for the motherfucking losing team. Right? If you're gonna do what you're doing, keep that shit 100. Right? Because the way what you're displaying now is really unsincere and really like hypocritical. And that's my alley, nigga. If that what you're gonna do, and like I don't even want to waste my time on that shit, because it ain't like that's low lying fruit. That's like easy shit. I can entertain niggas with that shit, but that's not what I'm here to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all niggas really don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird. And I don't know if Andrea's still up in here. Oh, she is. But she watched the stream that I did, right? It wasn't like I was going at them niggas. I wasn't lying, right? I invited the niggas on, right? And next thing you know, these niggas is slandering me, like bringing up shit that ain't got to do nothing with the matter to try to like get motherfuckers on board with them and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit weird. Like that shit was like it showed everything. And then when the nigga want to let me on the panel, right? He kept kicking me off. I thought something was wrong with my fucking shit. Right? Until that I went live, I was like, there ain't nothing wrong with my shit. These niggas was kicking me off. And then I see my comments getting deleted. I'm just asking questions. Right? And if you're gonna treat a motherfucker like, and this nigga had the nerve to say treat people the way you want to be treated. And I'm like, well, goddamn, nigga. I'm like, goddamn, like what kind of shit is y'all on? Like for real. I thought y'all was different than this until I had to step back and look, because you know I just jumped in it. Like I didn't really look up these people's background, like well, not look their background up, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know them on YouTube or whatever like that. Shaka, yeah, I was subscribed for a while, but like I said before, I just watched the shit like when he in the museum and shit and pointing shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit cool. That shit cool as fuck. Right? And I always said that shit, right? I didn't know V had a channel and all these other channels and shit, like both documentaries and shit. He's a graffiti writer. I know fucking some of the original wild style writers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a graffiti artist myself. I'm down to the biggest crews in Connecticut. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I would have loved to like get on some shit like that with him, but like, and I still would like, cause it's some different shit. But I'm just like, god damn, like y'all niggas is really like y'all niggas characters is fucked up. fucked up. Like it was crazy how that nigga like made a stream and just lied. Didn't know like these niggas actually thought I was on Sonetta. Like that was like just retarded. Like these niggas also was high and drunk when they watched that. Like why the fuck would I be on Sonetta? You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned about that. So like, you know what I mean? I'm like, goddamn, but I'm not gonna call Sonetta wrong when he right. Just like old fucking Queen's Throne. I said that was disgusting what Sonetta said about her and Neo X. That was disgusting. And it shouldn't have been said. Right? I might do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They just check me out and shit. I can apologize. There ain't nothing wrong with that shit. But that was disgusting. And I defended her and her. Both of them. Right? I defended both of them. Right? And you look at Queen's Throne, the way she acts, something went wrong with her. Something happened. Something. And it can be anybody. It can be anybody on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? As far as her keeping that shit 100, she just like these niggas. And that's why they birds of a feather fly together. Like Killah B stay in his little corner. I do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? People that support me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit crazy. I'm like, bro, like, is your followers that dumb? Because I know you got like a different fan base, like, than a lot of the conscious community motherfuckers, just like I do. Like, right? And I'm like, God damn, is y'all niggas that dumb too? Like the people that fuck with you that dumb? I know I got some dumbass motherfuckers listening to me. I keep it 100. Y'all know I'll make a video quick and call all of y'all niggas some whole ass dumbass motherfuckers and shit. Y'all already know how I get down and shit when I'm in my zone. But I'm like, damn, bro. Like, these motherfuckers doing the same shit the motherfuckers that you call your allies. Right? I told you what they was about. Right? And you said, no, they wasn't. And then I showed you what it was. So I'm not slandering them. Then it's at the degree after the people that you going after. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you got to get on them niggas too. I get on y'all niggas. I don't get mad if somebody get on me. You better keep that shit 100. Don't make up to some shit. I don't make up nothing. I don't just imagine some shit. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. Keep that shit 100. That's all I ask. Right? Now y'all niggas trying to instigate some shit to get young Heru. You know, hey, run young Heru. What Killah B said about, I didn't say shit about young Heru. I said it's hypocritical because, you know, young Heru said, yo, you let these niggas on your platform talking all types of shit about me and won't do nothing about it. And I saw you do the same shit, but you can not do the same, but complain about the shit. What somebody else do to you? You complain about it. So I found that shit kind of weird. And when that situation happened, when Young Heru and Sonetta made the video on the shit or whatnot, I made a video on that shit. That shit on my channel. I forgot everything I said, but I kept that shit funky. Right? And it was no, like, I ain't say shit against that nigga. I never said nothing against B. Bennett. B. Bennett is like just the flying monkey. While Shaka lay back, yo, these niggas got the shit on fucking members only and shit. So I can't comment in the comment board, none of that shit. These niggas know what they doing and shit. And y'all know my status too, nigga. Y'all know my motherfucking status, nigga. That's why you won't make it. But you put the link up in the chat for fucking Sonetta. You won't put that motherfucker in there for me. I'm a witch finder general, nigga. You know what time it is, right? That shit crazy, yo. That shit wild, right? Like why he blocked me for the shit. D Bennett blocked me for I can't say Shaka did it. D Bennett did it. But then I see Shaka like talking some shit like and got that shit out of motherfucking members only so niggas can't niggas that don't give them no money can say that. And then them niggas trying to say I'm looking for attention. Nigga, did y'all forget like 80% of the fucking receipts y'all show y'all got for me? Did y'all forget that? Did y'all forget that shit? Go back and look at Mob Forever, all the motherfucking videos you put up, nigga. You got all that shit for me, nigga. You got all that shit for me. So, like, attention, nigga, like, I don't do this for attention. You can tell right now, look, I got 5 motherfuckers watching me, nigga, and I'm still up on it. I'm not doing this for attention. I'm doing it because it was right. Because it's right, nigga. That's what a motherfucker's supposed to do. And that's what I said about you, too. I remember the video I did, Shaka? I said, yo, it's a shame that it take a motherfucker from another goddamn, a nigga from another goddamn country to see all this shit that's going on. I want to do something about it, right? And I stand on that shit, right? But now I see it. I see that it's like for the same reasons a nigga out here do it, right? You got embarrassed on sign that shit. You got embarrassed on that shit. Just keep that shit 100. You got embarrassed. Your feelings got hurt, whether you was right or wrong, and they just maybe railroad your ass like you all be trying to do to me, right? That happened to you. Now you want to do it to somebody else. See what I'm saying? Like whether you was right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? I feel right now, and niggas said this shit when I was fucking with you before, that you doing this shit because your ass got beat up, were embarrassed or whatever on sign of it. Now I ain't look at all that shit. I don't care about any of that shit. Y'all arguing about Kemet and arguing about all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of that shit means shit to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. With the Egyptian language and shit. That's cool that you teach that. You if you learn that, if you really learn that and want to teach people that's just dope. And I said that shit before. That's just dope. Right? I don't really care to learn it. Like I don't really give a fuck about that culture or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool as other motherfuckers that like it and shit. It's cool. But I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of that shit. That shit don't make money to me. That shit don't put no food on my table. And with a lot of shit. But the shit that I like don't do that shit either. But the shit that I like I don't really give a fuck about it. Once again. Right? People that do, that's cool. That's cool. Right? But it's like it's very sad and surprising. It's very sad and surprising. Because a lot of people see it. A lot of people see it. But the people that see it is not from what I see. The people that actually see through that shit is not even in this whole community culture or whatever. Like the niggas that like some niggas might not believe that shit or whatever that's in all this shit. Right? But they believe some other dumb shit. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Like this whole shit has failed us. And for us to continue to entertain this shit, like it's really a waste of time. It's really a waste of black people's time. It really is. Because a lot of people take this shit serious when it's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real shit. Like I said, it's cool if you want to know the language, if the shit's real or not. Thanks, Vengeance. Appreciate it. Right? But like, it's just sad that the niggas just sit there and lie, nigga. Like that shit crazy. Like these niggas is straight lying. And I see like I didn't watch the whole shit. And, like, you know what I mean? But some of the motherfuckers went over there and kind of agreed with the niggas, and they already been over here and see the shit for their own goddamn mind. They will sit there and just like, you know what I mean? That shit wild. Like that shit wild. They call flying monkeys. I was a flying monkey once. I was a flying monkey, take one and no one. I keep the shit 100. I think it was a misunderstanding the day you were on the chat and tried to join the live stream. Hope y'all can work it out, man. Nigga, you sound. This I thought you was Vengeance. My bad. I was like, what the fuck Vengeance talking about? No, that was you. Yeah, it was a misunderstanding, right? But they saw it. They saw it, right? The flying monkey jumped the gun, Andre. The flying monkey jumped the gun, and Shaka went for it. He went along with it. But when you got shit going on like this, the leader never does anything. They let the other people do it. They let them catch the L, not him. But he got himself in a pickle now. So, like, if he real about what he's saying, he has to address that. And you notice he hasn't addressed any of that. He hasn't addressed nothing. He co-signed these people. I told you who they were. I told him who they were. Right? Whether he wanted to fuck with him or not, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care about none of that shit. But I told him why I'm not fucking with him. I'm not riding with him. He can do what he want to do. The Flying Monkey V said that I was trying to tell him what I ain't never tell that nigga what to do. Nigga do what the fuck you want to do. But I just like the reason I'm on here now. I told them Israelite niggas out there. I told them niggas on the block. I said, yo, I was in this shit 22 years. I was calling motherfuckers brothers and sisters, right? And I left. You know how many motherfuckers leave and just disappeared? This disappeared. It said, fuck y'all, them, all these niggas and everything, and just bounced and continued on their life. I said, no. If I call this motherfucker brother for fucking 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, whatever. If I call this woman sister for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 1 year, whatever, right? I'll be damned if I find out that this is some bullshit that could fuck their lives up and shit, and I don't go back and warn them. That's in the motherfucking scriptures to do that shit. That's in the goddamn scriptures. And I heard them talk about, well, these are Christians, you know. He's a Christian. So fucking what? Christianity, one of the most powerful fucking spiritual systems there is on the earth. I got occultists that fuck with demons, and they'll tell you Christianity is very powerful, and they'll use it themselves. I use it myself. It's very powerful. These niggas don't even know how to practice any of that shit. They speculate. And the Ma'at and all that shit. Where the motherfucker Ma'at at? Where that shit at? Where's him applying Ma'at? Just like Chris Harris. Ask Chris Harris, you talk all this Ma'at shit. Where is applied at? Show me. I don't see it. I hear you talking about it, but I don't see it in you. That simple. That simple. And I called them out. None of them niggas addressed the shit that I put up and said. They just went and slandered. Proving that they know different than the motherfuckers they talking about. Remember said, Andrea, I believe you was there in the chat when I was telling him about Inky. He's a good guy. Right? And he said, I never see him call himself doctor. And I don't know if it was you or maybe Texas, Bama, or somebody said, yeah, that nigga used to call himself doctor and shit back in the day. But you see, he back now, right? And I said this shit about Polite. I got videos. My videos go way back. This shit these niggas is doing, I've been doing this shit for years. When I was in a cult, I was doing this shit. I was calling this shit out. So me trying to get attention, nigga, you piggybacking off of me. You trying to do what the fuck I was doing. You trying to do the shit that I don't even really give a fuck like that no more. I'm not even going hard like that no more. I've been doing it. It's old news. I gave you shit that I already done. So like back to the where I was going. Like it's fucking retarded. Like I see that shit and it's so insincere. Like I'm like, well, god damn, nigga. Like you saw all that shit. Like you just lined yourself up with for like, are you like, if that bitch really giving you fucking money, nigga? She a member, cause I heard she a member of your channel. Nigga, you really making that much money off her? You really make, because you see the niggas on this list scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You see the motherfuckers on this list scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Let them get fucked up. Let them get me fucked up. This shit. None of that shit don't mean like you giving me money and shit. Like you gonna tell me what the fuck to do with my motherfucking channel and shit. Like nah, none of that shit means shit. Like if you piece of shit, you piece of shit. Your name will still be up there. This nigga's on this list. I don't even really fuck with like that. Straight up. But know what? I keep with the fuck my word of what I said I was gonna do. And they asked right up on here. And Sinetta donate to the Killer Bee birthday party cash app and shit, which y'all can do and shit. $sign cash app at bottom street. Fucking his ass would be on the bottom of the shit too. Straight up. Swear for God he would. It wouldn't care what the fuck y'all got to say about it. His ass could that's what I told motherfuckers I was gonna do. And I hold that shit. I stand on that shit. Some motherfuckers thought they could give me some money and I'll lay off their ass and shit. Fuck out of here, man. I appreciate the donation, man. I appreciate it. I really do. But I don't appreciate what the fuck you doing. Like this, like god damn, like I'm like, yo, is niggas really that stupid? And I heard, I don't know if that was you, Andrea Burnett, or somebody else. You was on their panel when I was trying to get on there, and he kept kicking me off the back chat. Kept kicking me off, and I heard you say, "No, that's Killer Bee's live stream. He's just playing it. Killer Bee's not on fucking side at it." And they made a fool out of themselves. Made a straight clown out of themselves. And but you know what? Because of that, all that shit came out. What they really think about came out. It came right out. It came right out. And I ain't never had no beef. I didn't want no beef with them. Like I supported all of them. I said that in the stream that Sanetta was playing. But now I see how they move. Whether they did that out of fear or what. I told you I wasn't doing that. I've done videos like that on Shaka before. Saying Shaka was wrong. I don't agree with what he said. I did shit on Neo saying I don't agree with the fuck she said sometimes. Or do. Not say or do. Right? Chris Harris, you can go back and see me go in on Chris Harris about bullshit. Some of these other motherfuckers and shit, you might not even know that I was close to. I voice my opinion. I say what I gotta say. Take it the way you want to take it and shit. Some of these niggas, I don't feel like any kind of way about them personally, but just the action. I was like, yo, I ain't agree with that shit. You should have did this shit. It's all good. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how, like, even the Hebrew Israelites see that shit. Stop being emotional, bitch. Because really, that was you at. Y'all niggas acting like bitches, like straight up. And not to say that on the women or nothing like that, but y'all know what I mean when I'm saying. I'm like, goddamn. Goddamn. But that's how it goes, though. People will only come to use and misuse others' kindness for their own selfish gain. You too made faith in them do special shit without consequence. You know what? That's something that was me and homegirl was talking about. I said earlier and shit with her. I was like, yo, YouTube is a breeding ground when motherfuckers got mental illness. Like they're allowed to get on that motherfucker and just go buck wild. It is crazy because they buck wild like schizophrenia and shit like that. Be making the motherfuckers bread because there's other crazy motherfuckers that believe that shit. I say that again. YouTube is a breeding ground for motherfuckers with mental illness. And they're allowed to run rampant on that shit and do whatever the fuck they feel like doing. Which they should. Which they can. You know what I mean? But the down part of it is a lot of people will fall into their bullshit and actually believe half that shit. Like I be around motherfuckers that be straight talking to themselves. My little situation and shit I'm in right now and shit. Like I be around straight talking to themselves, like having a whole conversation with a motherfucker that ain't there. A nigga will walk by, you be like, shit, if you talking to that nigga can just hit that motherfucker, knock that motherfucker over and shit, because he just walk right by you and shit. Walk right by the motherfucker that you looking at that I can't see. You talking to, have a conversation. But this motherfucker just walk right by and shit. Like, know what I'm saying? He didn't fall over, nigga. Like, know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this shit crazy, yo. This shit crazy, yo. How these motherfuckers be acting, yo. I'm really sad. Like, I'm not angry. Like, I'm sad about it because I thought these dudes was like actually like real. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, these are some motherfuckers I can fuck with. Like, you know what I mean? Like that really they little demographic what they trying to do really ain't my lane. Like I've hit that lane and done a good job in that lane in this community and shit like that. But my shit is more towards educating people with the cult and stuff like that. That's just part of it. That's why I go in on that shit. It's part of it, and I hate hypocrites. Because all these motherfuckers, that's one of the main flaws of this shit. Like, these people are hypocrites. And that's one way to get the people to look at what they're in and shit. Like, yo, they charge you $400 because you forgot to wear your fringes. But here this nigga and shit at a Father's Day celebration with no fringes and shit, hugging on gay people. I'm not talking about gay people and shit. I'm just saying they're against that. They're against that. And now there's images of them doing it. And nobody saying or doing nothing of it, but they're oppressing everybody else that's under them. You know what I mean? That's what I do over here. That pedophilia, all that bullshit, like that just comes along with the territory. That's not what I specialize. You know what I'm saying? When it come up, I'll talk about it, and if we got to do something with coat and shit like that, yeah, right. But these niggas ain't sincere about that shit. These niggas really don't give a fuck about that shit. I've called the authorities on motherfuckers and shit that was talking like that. Like Amin Lee. Go check out you go to my shit. You know how you go to the channel and search stuff that's just in the channel. I think you like go to the thing and scroll all the stuff like we got videos, live, community posts, all that bullshit. There's like a magnifying glass, you know, like the search, and you type in Amin Lee or Killah B Amin Lee. The two videos should come up, and you can see how these niggas act with that too. Because I did the first video, nobody supported it really and shit, right? And to my homegirl Ivy Scales a year later starts to talk about it. She didn't even know I already covered that shit. Like she just like repeatedly heard this nigga again talk about it. And then everybody want to jump on the bandwagon and said because she's she's a nice looking girl. I always tell her, say, looking good, Ivy. You're looking good, right? Ivy getting old now. She got a granddaughter and stuff. So. Got a grandkid. I probably was a daughter or not, but grandkid and stuff. Shout out to Ivy Scales and stuff. Love her to death. Yeah, she, you know what I mean. She caught one of that. Now all these niggas that was there when I did that video and in the room when the act was actually going on, these niggas fell back when I was doing it. But when she went and made a video on it, all these niggas jumped on. So that shows what these niggas is really about. They just want to impress some chick. They want to get some brownie points for a chick. So the B don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And y'all think I do? Get test, put me to the test. Put me to the goddamn test. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you. Um, yeah, man, it just like no, man. Oh shit. Ooh, on the end of the screen. Yeah, so like that shit crazy. Like I had to defend Sonetta. Like it was Sonetta did the other day when he got his little witnesses and shit like that. But he really played old girl Nikki or whatever like that. Like, you know what I mean? That was questionable. But the rest of the way he went with it, I was like shit, I ain't got no problem with this video, except when he called Queen's Throne and Neo X liars about their sexual abuse and shit like that. And I don't give a fuck about Queen's Throne. I don't give a fuck about kids, none of that shit. But what Sonetta said was wrong. And I had to defend her on it. It was wrong. And I don't even like the bitch. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about them. Trash. That's like fucking like ghetto trash. Like nothing could come good out of them. Like them kids is ruined. Like they ain't nothing could come good out of that shit. The kids is ruined. They're like niggas on the street. Like, I had some kids I used to deal. I used to have to talk to them niggas like you talk to a nigga on the street. They don't understand no other way. And that's what I see what you doing. So I already been there. So a been there already. Um, don't get me wrong. I wish the kids the best lives and stuff that they could produce for themselves under these fucked up situation that they under. Even through all that. Know what I mean? So it's wild, man. Like this shit crazy, yo. It is so many fake motherfuckers is on this shit. Like, but I know it's a lot of you niggas is like entertainment. Y'all want to see Killer be drunk and shit, turning up, cussing out niggas and shit. I get it. Just stay out the way when the real shit like is going on. You know what I'm saying? Stay the fuck out the way. Um, I've done videos in the last month and shit where I'm saying like it's good for you motherfuckers if one of these Israelite niggas shoots you in your fucking face. It's good for you. That's what you signed up for. You want to be in a hate group. You want to hate other people because of their ethnicity and the color they skin or whatever, or their lifestyle or whatever, right? You would definitely be, and the motherfuckers blow your fucking shit off. Good. That's what you signed up for. Straight up. No apology. If it's a girl like Ayana Sneed, right? I say recipes, Ayana Sneed, all that stuff. But if is now I'm almost at that point. I'm like really like riding the motherfucking edge of that shit. Like if this woman wants to be a hardcore racist and she goes across the country and shit and somebody smoke her boots that's supposed to be teaching her or something, that what she get. Good. That what she get. 1909 Ayana Sneed shot in the face by a 49-year-old. Hebrew Israelite. Parents, family, and friends told her not to go. She went anyway because she wanted to learn to be an Israelite. If that happened to anybody else and shit, good. Because your intentions wasn't good anyway. Your intentions for going there wasn't good anyway. You had the same spirit as a motherfucker smoked your boot. Good. Some of y'all like, well, goddamn, Killah B, you's a motherfucker. I ain't no liar. I ain't no goddamn liar. So ain't. So like the shit today is stuff like I hope they come out there next week and I can deal with them and stuff. I hope they act civil with me, right? I doubt it. But off stage, yeah. They might act a little civil with me and shit. Maybe. So they pulled away. Like when the shit got real, they kind of pulled away from the subject and shit like that. Cause the leader has to protect the fruit. You know what I mean? They said they call me the Antichrist. That we call me and shit. Like fuck it. I'll wear that. But the real ones know. The real ones know. They don't call me. Yo, Vengeance. I don't know if you caught the beginning. GOCC has stepped in the building out here where I'm at, and I went fucking berserk on that shit earlier. Spit on their signs and everything. Wild out. Could be the Wishfinder General side. I might have to go get some chitlins for next week. I might have to go get some chitlins. But after the camp and stuff, I talked to them. They were still on that bullshit. But we got to talk. And I said, I hope y'all come out next week. Maybe we could do something. That what happened today. I don't know if you caught that. Yeah. They getting that money. That's why. They getting that motherfucking bread, nigga. They getting that bread. You know how much bread them niggas is getting? They got white people in their camp, nigga. Fuck out of here. The niggas getting bread. They had a white dude with them today. I'm gonna work on that white dude. I'm gonna work on old boy. I'm gonna work on him. I hope they don't hear this and shit. I'm gonna send him the link and shit. I hope he don't share it because they're gonna be watching that nigga. They're gonna be on that nigga head. But he's a skater and shit. So I vibed with him like that at the end and got his information and shit. Remember when that nigga was hiding and shit? About the CIA, FBI after his ass and shit. And niggas had to flee Egypt, had to flee Babylon and go to Egypt. They got me on one thing. I could have sworn that nigga said Yahweh Shai, but he says Yeshaya and shit. Right? I forgot that the motherfuckers do that Yeshaya bullshit. So I was like, well, goddamn, I say these niggas say Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna get these niggas and shit. And the niggas like, what? We you say no Yeshaya? I'm like, all right, I apologize, motherfucker. You're right. You didn't say that shit. You said Yeshaya. But that's even worse. That's even worse. Yeah, recall for a while this year. Yeah, I heard that story. That shit was crazy. You know what? Then you can't find shit online about that shit. There's like one forum where somebody mentions that shit. That's the only thing you can find on Google about the Flee Babylon fucking doctrine. With all them niggas went to motherfucking Egypt. And fucking gave up their life savings and shit. And they passport to these niggas when they got there. And now some of them niggas are still stuck in Egypt. You can't leave because they ain't got no passport. If that ain't some shit, I don't know what is. God damn, how the fuck I been on this motherfucker? No, I've been on here an hour. Shit, I don't feel like an hour. I thought she said 1 o'clock for a minute. I was like, God damn. Thank you, Sean Young. Thank you. Yeah, but these niggas is like they full of shit, man. Like these dudes really wasn't that learned in the shit. They kicking the old school doctrine and all that bullshit. I swear to God, it was a church though at first. That shit was crazy. Come on, goddamn. Want your ass to be up on here and shit. Yeah. All right. So yeah. What happened was when Ricard left UPK, he tried to change the doctrine as much as he could to disassociate himself from Will West. But he still kept up with the same MK Ultra tactics. Exactly. And I try to explain that to them, that they had to come up with some new shit, you know what I mean, to get motherfuckers different like demographic and everything and pull some of the people from other groups. Oh Bubba I, that's right, oh Bubba I. That was another kid that always had a weird ass nigga next to the fucking elder. Like all these elders got some weird ass nigga that's like his right hand man. Look at Nathaniel and shit, and that nigga with the bug eyes. And like his siblings is like, nah, I'm not trying to get on like people that got, you know what I mean, like conditions and shit like that. But I'm gonna say so y'all understand the shit. That nigga got like motherfucking family is retarded. So like he looked like he halfway there. Like he could have been just like his sibling. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying it like that. Maybe parents is on drugs or some shit like that, right? And that's the thing is right hand man, and that nigga be up under his nuts for the rest of his life. Um, you always see that, and especially it's funny. I love those photos or videos when the camp leader has his shoulder on the flunky and shit. Those shits be class, and they be looking mad suspect, mad suspect. Shit, the goddamn link in the chat. Shit, don't niggas want to come on. Alazar in the script club. I seen somebody that shit the other day. Alazar in the goddamn script club. That's crazy, right? Spending the tights money and shit like ain't shit. Like fuck y'all tights money. They got a link in the chat. Y'all niggas wanna come on. Recall. I already got busted. You know what? I asked him today. I said, "Yo, you know all your elders practice witchcraft, right?" He said, "Fucking Rakah." Well, what did he say? Y'all want to get it right. I don't want to say the wrong shit. He said even Israelites practice witchcraft, right? Um, he didn't say that. He didn't say Rakah practice witchcraft, or I don't know. Nah, he didn't say that shit. I'm just gonna say he did. There's something in the back of my mind where he kind of put that on there, but I don't think he did, so I'm not gonna say he did. But that's deep. I got to do a video on that now. I gotta do a video on that. Wow. This nigga said, "Well, the Israelites practice witchcraft, but he didn't. That shit could have been two ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been like it was a bad thing. Like Israel practiced witchcraft, he got punished, or yeah, we was practicing witchcraft. Like that answer could have went both ways, and I didn't really push the envelope on that when I should have. When I should have. Yep, well, I should have. Well, on one video, uh, for it, he shows his congregation a book of summoning demons, but told his followers he suggested no one read that book he got. I'm a follow. That's the worst. Motherfucker show you some shit not to read and shit, and then all of a sudden you show them the book and shit. You know goddamn well they're gonna go check that shit out. You know, goddamn well. Um, bring your ass out here. But yeah, Avengers. Yeah, it's just crazy. They show them the book, and they say don't fuck with the book. You know goddamn well when niggas. That's like Judah Nazareth sublimity showing the 6 and 7 book of Moses on his neck. Now I believe that was intentionally shown, but not talked about. Yep. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, yo, that might have been intentionally shown. What else? Talk about Knuckles Shocker and the Flying Monkey. That was dirty though that y'all try to get V Bennett to go at me and shit. I ain't never had no problem. I ain't never said shit about V Bennett. Not V Bennett. Fucking my bad and shit. I got some shit to say about V Bennett, but I'm talking about Young Heru. My bad. What else I supposed to talk about? This shit is going on. There's a lot of Hebrew. There's some Hebrew Israelites out here posing as Christians and shit, but still like holding on to that goddamn Hebrew Israelite shit. I ain't gonna say no name shit right now, but we my interview that's supposed to be coming up. What's that? A sister that was in the ISUPK been with a lot of stuff, like with a lot. Like I really like feel for her and stuff. Like I'm like, well, goddamn, I like these niggas ain't shit. Like they did like what they doing. I'm gonna let her tell the story. If she wants to go that far with it. It's like it's fucking crazy. Like it's super sad. It's like a super sad story, and like if that don't get you to leave, like I don't like you just a piece of shit all the way around. Like it's cold hearted truth, like who these people are and what they actually represent. Like it's really fucked up. Like it angers me too. Like a lot of shit angers my ass and shit. They just said, well, Gary, that nigga is just a dumbass because he got all kinds of books on mainstream and shit. And those niggas, dumb sciences were stolen from Israelites. I can't find one historical source that says that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Did you know that Judah Nazareth said that Uncle Suge was all right and shit? That it was all right for what he did and shit? So I wonder if Judah Nazareth let a 19-year-old date his daughter when she turns 14 and get her pregnant. But probably yeah, because Judah Nazareth don't give a fuck. A narcissist don't give a fuck about nobody. So, just like he put them kids up in a false pedophile allegation. That's a shame. You gotta put your own kids in the middle of your shit. Crazy. Unreal. All right. I got in yelling. I'm surprised I got my goddamn voice. Once again, anybody want to get on supporters list, you can send me a donation at my cash app, $ cultbuster, and your ass will be scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Y'all, thank you. I gotta give a nigga something for giving me something, right? So, which is not a bad deal. You get your shit on the bottom of the screen no matter what. Even when you ain't a roster, you up on the screen and shit. I don't know, every live stream, your name will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen. With any donations to my cash. But where else I was doing? The GOCC, the Shaka Doodoo shit. My interaction with the GOCC today. What else I got? What else going on? Fill me in, Avengers. There's some other shit going on that I'm missing. I know you've been covering a lot of stuff. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Avengers. He got a dope channel and stuff. He's still Israelite. For now. Shit. I tried to turn him into Reverend Vengeance and shit. That's what I'm turning into. But he'll get there eventually. I'll be in the shit. But yo, go check out his channel, yo. He be fucking these niggas up. Like on some real shit. Oh yeah, game over. If he seriously good, you might as well say free my nigga Polite then. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the screen, guys. Yeah, I can do it. Okay. Yeah, man. It's wild though, like the shit that motherfuckers is doing, and their own followers is sitting there like just letting them ride, like you know what I mean? Like they could do that though if they want. Some motherfuckers watch this for entertainment, really don't give a fuck. Some people really ride with these people and know these people might talk on the phone and shit, right? You know what I mean? When they not on. I don't know, it's deep. My ass like getting tired. I might end this motherfucker come on later or something. But what else? What else we got? Something else wild. Nick Springfield been wilding out and shit. On some information. Y'all go check out him. Sister Cherry. I talked to Sister Cherry the other night. Hopefully she can get the interviews I got coming up. We might collab on one of them, or I'll go on her channel, or come on mine, whatever, however we do it. That should be pretty good. But yeah, man, like I'm 48 now and shit. So I hope some of you grown, like I've grown in my age to know better and actually see these things now, like, you know what I mean, before they get a chance to sink in. You know what I mean? Like now I can spot a coat like a zillion miles, but you know what I mean? But some people, they've been in a cult for a certain amount of time. They leave for whatever reason, and there'll be another group to pick their asses right back up. Pick them right back up with ease. And their leader, their camp leader out here with GOCC that I met today, he said he was a goal with this group. I said, so you was pre-programmed for this group. He didn't want me to really let it out like that. You know what I mean, I didn't get a chance to say it like that. But, yeah, that's what it was. It's pre-programmed. Already pre-programmed. And that's what a lot of y'all too. Y'all join Hebrew like groups or listen to the videos and stuff, like you already on a certain level. You know what I mean? So they know how to approach you and you know what I mean, press you on certain things. You know what I mean? Gain your resources. So with that, don't let none of these niggas gain your resources. Uh, keep that shit 100% of the time. Uh, hit my cash app and shit, so I can turn up and maybe come on later. Um, and that's about it right now. That's about it. I want to talk about some other stuff, but you know, still have. I'm feeling a little tired, but yeah, yeah, man. So I'm gonna look into that too, Vengeance. That's a good one right there. With that, y'all, I'm gonna sign out. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of your night. I might be on later or something. I just I'm bored or something like that. Yeah, I got some good stuff coming up. Soon. I'm gonna start working a little harder on this page and stuff. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna be the Witchfinder General. You got a witch. I'm burning them up, y'all. Peace. Emergency just came up. I got. Okay. Okay.